Sounds good.
Let's do this. Hello and welcome, Inspired Podcast community. This is your new episode. My name is Caroline, and my today's guest is Matthew Lesko, and I'm so happy that he said yes again to our interview. How are you doing today?
Me? Great. It's a little warmer today. We got cold spells here in Washington, D.C., and so it's freezing and it's starting to get a little bit warmer. But
Oh,
every day is
I
good. At my age, I have a very low bar on happiness as long as I'm above ground.
Yes, I heard this before, and I sent you sunshine from Germany right now. And I would
Wonderful.
like to introduce you to the audience for those who don't know you yet. You are a best-selling author and entrepreneur known for helping individuals and businesses access government grants, free services, and financial assistance. With decades of experience and over 100 books, you are on a mission to demystify government funding and make it accessible to all. Welcome to the Inspired Podcast. Wow, Matthew Lesko.
Well, thank you for those kind words.
And I loved your community as well. I joined
Oh,
after our last interview. And today I would like to talk about nonprofits, especially because I created 3 weeks ago, I created the Inspired Choice Foundation, and I
oh,
want to know
wonderful.
everything. So my
Wonderful.
first question is, what are some overlooked government grants that nonprofits can apply for right now?
Now, right now, well, now I only know about the U.S., so I don't know if you have enough members in the U.S. But if you're not,
Yes,
you do, yeah. Well, the best thing to do, we have every state has nonprofit organizations that help you become a nonprofit organization and help you become successful and help you find money. Provide free legal help, for free accounting help, free anything you need to just start a nonprofit. And why do they do that? Because you're creating jobs. You, as a nonprofit, if you start a business, then you're creating a job for yourself. You get bigger, you create more jobs for people. So they're there, they have money to help you. And that's part of what every state has called economic development. So you're part of the economic development, even though you're not capitalism. Everybody thinks that economic development is capitalism. No, economic development is creating jobs and helping the society and whatever. And to me, nonprofits do that better than most companies nowadays because their heart is in the community, not in their bank account. And that's the difference. So we have to have both. And in America, we have both. I don't know if I showed you this last time. This shows you that this is the capitalism part. 60% of all the money in the United States is capitalism. 40% is nonprofit and government, and that's the community part. We have these services that help the community without charging. Everything from uh, the fireman who comes and put out your house fire and they don't ask for your credit card, or the people at the state government that want you to start a business and they don't ask you to pay, or want you to start a nonprofit and they don't ask for money to help you start a nonprofit. So that's what you have to find out. So you want to do, wherever you live in the United States, if you go to EDA, for Economic Development Administration, .gov, EDA.gov, and you go to that website and you put in, there's a tab on top for local, finding local EDA offices. And you'll see a map of the United States. You click on your state, and they'll all be listed there. You'll have anywhere from 20 to 50 organizations that are government or nonprofit that are help you for free to help your nonprofit. See, everybody in the community sector, which I call this part, all those people never charge you money. So the problem is not, where to go is not the problem. You have to learn where not to go. Right. That's what you should remember, because where to go, it's hard to be specific. It's different every place. Where not to go is Google. Because if you go to Google and you put in nonprofit in Pennsylvania or something, you'll get 200 million websites. And you can't do anything with that. That'll take you forever, and you still won't find anything. So always remember what not to do. Do not go to Google, because you won't get your help. You'll get help if you have money. So if you have money, God bless you, go to Google, spend your heart out, and solve your problems. If you don't have money, don't go to Google, okay? And you go to any website that has a .gov or a .org. They're the people who give you money and help without charging you money, okay? And you have to find them, okay? A couple ways like this for an organization that you want to start, even if it's a business or a nonprofit, would be that eda.gov. So that's one place. Another place is SBA, but you don't want to go to SBA. They have a website I want to train you how to use, and it's sba.gov and then /local-assistance. So sba.gov/local-assistance. You go there and put in your zip code, and you'll see, probably at least a half a dozen to 2 or 3 dozen nonprofit organizations that help you start businesses or nonprofit organizations. And that's all they're there. Now, some of them only do businesses. So if they only do business, you go on to the next one and things like that. And another thing, talking to these people, you don't want to rely on just one, because everybody has different ideas and resources. You call 2 or 3. That's the best way. It's all free. Not going to charge you anything. I mean, you can't go to Google and find 2 or 3, because you're going to have to pay money 2 or 3 times. These people, at least you don't pay money. And so at least call them and see if they're a place for you. Because if you call them up, hey, I'm a small nonprofit, I don't know what to do, I need money, can I come in and talk to somebody? That's all you have to do. The only words you have to know is, I need help. That's what government is, that's what nonprofits are. They're all there to help people. So in capitalism, in Google, it's they want your money. That's why they're there. Okay. The other people are there to help you. Okay. So capitalism, they're to get your money, and the other people are there to help you without charging you money. So that's where you want to hang around if you don't have money. And call. Now that's not, again, that's just a start. The other interesting places to me is every county. Every county you live in the United States has a special office that helps nonprofit organizations, that has money for nonprofit organizations. That's what they're there for, to help the community. They get chunks of money from the government, then that hand out individually to nonprofit organizations. That's all they're there for. Where are they? They're usually in the Office of Community Development. So if you go, you could call 211 in most any city. A few cities it's 311. But 211 and 311 is a number to call if you're looking for nonprofit organizations for anything. Like, I need a nonprofit to pay my bills or something like that. So, but you're looking for a community development, you go to 211, call them up, and you get the office. And there, here's what you do. You have to make appointments to see people. And the same with the SBA. Make an appointment. Don't think you're going to get all your help on the phone. No, you can't. It's like, I don't know if you're in college. I never went to office hours and students because I wasn't interested in studying. But when I became a professor, I saw when the students who came to my office hours, they got smarter somehow. If I didn't know them and they were flunking, man, it was easy to flunk them. Once I got to know them, it was hard to flunk them because they show me pictures of their mother and their dog, and they're not so bad. Maybe I give them a break. So that's what it's like in getting help. You have to be there face on, or at least on the phone, so they know you as a human. Because it's easy to cancel a robot or fail a robot. You don't care. You're asking for help. Yeah, I got to help you, so here it is. You talk to the people. You show up in person. Man, it's hard to flunk you. It's hard to just send you on your way. We have empathy in all of us to want to help each other. It's a natural instinct. So if you want to get help, you have to show up in person, okay? God, what's so neat about me doing these? I didn't know I knew that. I spend most of my days not doing interviews, and I used to do them a lot, but I was ready to sell. But now I'm interested in you asking me questions. I find out what I know, and I didn't know I knew that.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I know now what to do. Okay, it is
Right.
about research, then call, make appointments,
Right.
and then ask for help.
Absolutely. Because you don't know, particularly on government websites, you don't know what that stuff means. They don't even know what it means. They put it on there just so they've covered the law and they won't get sued. That's the only reason. That's their motive. Now, the real stuff you'll see is when you get to know them. Oh, yeah, we couldn't talk about that, but I got another program over here, that will help you. Or, oh, yeah, well, you don't really want us. Charlie down the hall, he really does this better. And that's what you get by being personal. And it's so important. and that's what, and with Google and the internet, we think, oh, I can get everything on the, no. You're not going to get the good stuff if you rely on the internet. You have to get the people who know all the good stuff. See, you're thinking you know this stuff and you don't even know how to spell it yet. But talk to people who've done this for the last 10, 15 years. They know the stuff. And are going to save you a lot of time when talking to them. And that's what's important. So that's right. It's all the information now is a people business. It's no longer an internet because there's too much stuff. The internet was good when we took what was not on the internet and put it on the internet. So all the magazines and newspapers was easier to find there than going in the microfiche, in the library. Right.
Yeah.
So now we got too much stuff, and now you got a bigger problem, and that again is solved with people. So
I see.
yeah.
Thank you so much. I know now exactly what to do. But I have another question, of course.
Yeah.
What's the biggest mistake nonprofits make when applying for funding, and how can they fix it?
I think the biggest mistake they make is becoming a nonprofit first.
What does this mean?
Well, because so much money that's given to nonprofit is also given to people who are not nonprofits. So why go through all that nonsense of becoming a nonprofit? Because you think you have to do that. When first find where you can get money. So don't waste your time and energy and money becoming a nonprofit. First look for the money for your nonprofit. So, and then the way we do it, you call up people, you give money to nonprofits. If I had a nonprofit like XYZ, would that make sense? And does that money also go to, if you're not a nonprofit? Because at least government money, a lot of it goes both. Foundations usually only give it to nonprofits, and some don't either. And so finding them, you're not a nonprofit by just getting a certificate that you're a nonprofit. You're a nonprofit if you got money. If you don't have money, you're nothing. You're just a piece of paper. You're not doing anything. So the biggest hassle is where you're going to get the money. So don't put the cart before the horse. Find out where you're going to get the money first. because that's going to be the hardest thing you're going to do. So don't waste any of your effort and time becoming a nonprofit until you know of a place that looks pretty good if you become a nonprofit.
Wow, that's a great advice. Thank you so much.
See, I didn't know I knew that either.
I think a combination is really good, profit, non-profit, and we have to lead our non-profit also like a business. It's a
Right,
business.
exactly.
Yeah, this is important as well. Okay, another question for you is, are there specific grants or free resources available for new non-profits just starting out?
Yeah, they're all the same, particularly nonprofits. I mean, some of them for startups there are, and that there are because there's something called a lot of economic development people are involved in startups. That's you're going to be the next Bezos or a new company or whatever. But also they also help for the next new nonprofit. And these come through what is also called economic development offices, EDA. They would know if there's, what startup money and help there is for nonprofits in your area. So sometimes they're called accelerators. Sometimes they're called, I know, there are a couple of code words that people have. But it's basically startups. Another place to go is meetup.com, MEETUP.com. And what I would do there is put nonprofit. Now, this is where it's sort of like bowling leagues. It's where people get together and meet up with each other on a certain topic. If you want to start a business, you want to start a nonprofit, you want to know how to pick up men, or whatever you want to do, that they get together, and for free. And these are all just exchange people in your zip code. So it's the people. But now since COVID, I'm sure a lot of it is online too, to do that. So I would go to there, meetup.com, put in your zip code, and then put in nonprofit and see the people there that are also doing this. And they're the people to learn from. So not only the people giving money to nonprofit, but the people like you that have been doing this for a year, and you learn from them and not to do it. So it's a way to learn from other people doing this.
Wow, I love that advice. Thank you so much. I was also thinking about that because a few of my podcast guests also have nonprofits, and then I want to reconnect, and I also plan the next book. The Inspired Choice Volume 3 will be about nonprofits, and I love that so much. Thank you so much for our interview. Please tell us about your community and where we can find you.
LeskoHelp.com. Lesko Help. And actually tomorrow is the deadline for our, what is the date? Oh, the 4th. Yeah, we're giving out $20,000 tomorrow, the deadline to apply for, it's either $1,000 or $500. And the deadline every month on the 4th, we give out 20 or 40. Last month was a little less profitable, so we're only giving 20,000 out this month. And you could use it for anything you want. And we have 4 programs like that every month that we give out. So tomorrow is the deadline. Make sure you apply. Okay.
I think I'm already in, and I love that so much. Thank you so much for our interview. And now it's time for your final thoughts to the audience.
Oh, remember, your heart is smarter than your brain. Go with love and keep your heart open.
Oh, I will do this. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Have the best day ever. And I see you, of course, in the next episode. So great. Thank you so much. Oh, my goodness. You are an inspiration for me.
Oh, well, thank you for saying that.
Oh,
and actually, I'm putting, on Lesko Help, if you're there, we're going to have a new section on for nonprofits.
I just watched your video, the 10,000 monthly, and this is also my plan to apply for Google and then to
Oh,
combine it
good,
with my
yes,
profit.
that's part of that. Oh, you did, oh, wonderful, great, okay.
Yeah,
Great.
I'm
Oh, I forgot to
inspired.
talk about that. All right, thank you so much, Caroline. You
And
take care
have
of
the best
yourself.
day
I
ever. We are
will.
connected now.
Yes, yes, I feel your heart.
Please
Thank
keep
you.
in touch. Oh, thank you.
All right,
Bye.
bye.
Well, thank you. I want to say something though before we go on. Okay, I want to say something. Okay, Caroline, you are so persistent. You are so, it's just like bam. You just keep going. You don't quit. You move on, and it's a wonderful example that a lot of people